very excited today to have Dr. Pooneh Asari with me on this series of videocasts for Wisdom. I'm Dr. Dirk Frese. I'm the Executive Director of Wisdom. Wisdom is standing for Women in Science, Demonstrating Outstanding Merits. And we are here in this series interviewing professionals, women who are talking to us about their experience, about their journey from academia into industry, whether there were any obstacles and how they overcame this. And today I'm, as I said, very excited to have Pooneh with me. We know each other for a while, therefore this videocast might be a little bit different. Dr. Pooneh Asari today is with a company called Thermo Fisher Scientific, a very large company in the lab space. And she's the senior portfolio manager there. And yeah, we have a very special relationship in this regard that I had the pleasure to recruit Pooneh for her first position out of academia. Before giving too much away, perhaps Pooneh, you want to introduce yourself and then we go from there.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Dirk, for invite. And I'm really pleased to be here, seeing you again. It's really a nice pleasure. So yeah, let me tell you a little bit about my story, give you some insight about my my background, where I'm coming from, and how does my career look like. So as you know, I step a little bit further back because my story is a little bit different story compared to others, I believe. So, you know, I was born and raised in Iran, and I have experienced the revolution in Iran. So very, very exciting and somehow also a little bit sad stories. I will come later to that. So I finished the school in Iran and I have decided to continue to go to the university. So I have moved from Iran to Austria, Vienna, like 36 years ago. I mean, oh my gosh, it's a long time, honestly. And then moving to Austria, and because of my character, I was always very much interested about the nature, how the things are connected with each other, what are the backgrounds behind our differences we see. You know, we belong to the same family, but we look differently. Some of us looking like mothers, some others looking like father, and also disease, you know, coming and going through multiple generations. When in one family, I wanted to understand where does all these things are coming from. And I was always very much interested about the details to understand the details. So hence I have decided to study genetic and microbiology. And I went to the University of Vienna. And I recall very well, I had my first conversation with a very nice professor at the University of Vienna, Professor Schreien. He was a German guy, and he was the advisor for the university at that time, giving the new students some kind of a guidance, how they need to start, where they need to start. And he told me, if you really like to study genetic and microbiology, you have to love it. You should be very interested. It's a very hard type of study. You have to invest a lot. There are not so many books and materials you can rely on, so you need to be part of a big group and learning with these people. You need to learn German as well as English, and what I can see, your German is not that well. So in a positive way, it was not really kind of a bad, you know, kind of bad comment. So, and then he said, and you know, after a long time, you don't get really fast job and you don't earn that much money. So meaning that when we look at the returns on investment, you might be a little bit disappointed at the end of the day. And then he told me, you know what, go home, think about what I'm telling you, and then you come back, obviously, and we see each other. I went home and he gave me a lot of things to think, and I was really a little bit uncertain, thinking about, yeah, I'm very much interested doing it. However, I need to pay my bills. I need to maintain my life. So if I get nothing, so how can I manage that? So, and that really changed my decision. And I have started to study IT and the program engineering. because everybody told me, you know, that would be the future and all the doors will be open and you will have a very bright future in front of you. And I said, okay, that's the way. So let me go there and I will continue to read about genetics and microbiology. So I really done that 2 years and one exam after the other one. And almost after 2 years, you know, I realized when I am passing the exams, I don't really feel like an excitement, success, achieving some milestones. It was like a tick box. Okay, this is done, and I have still 5 until end of the semester. And then I just acknowledged, you know what, this is not the way I would like to live. This is not the way I would like to work. I would like to really enjoy and have fun and really go to work and like to go to work. And this is not the type of things. And I don't even understand what I'm learning, honestly. So I have decided to change and go back to genetic microbiology. And I met this professor again, and he told me, I'm convinced that you can make it because you are back. So meaning that you are very much interested and you are right here. So I could manage my master in 5 years. It was a very hard time because I had to work and I had to study. You know, during the day I was at the university. In the night I had to work in the restaurant. Very tough time, but I enjoyed it a lot. And when I look back, I'm very proud. And then afterwards, the more I learned, the more I got interested more and more to learn further. So I have decided to do my PhD and change a little bit and move to Medical University of Vienna, doing some biochemistry and molecular biology. And my PhD was about a growth factor responsible for the fertility and reproduction. Then I finished, and at the end of the PhD, I became more and more interested about business economy as well. And I was thinking about, okay, I would like a little, I was looking a little bit for change and was thinking about what type of combination I can go for, where I can utilize my experience, what I've learned so far, and combine it with something new. And then obviously I applied for the Fisher Scientific position as a life science specialist.
Exactly, yes.
I met you in Zurich and you hired me at Fisher Scientific, and here I am since 16 years.
That's amazing. So that tells us a little bit already. So you have to be, and that I think is in general true, you have to be passionate about what you do to be successful and really enlightened and ignited about what you do to really enjoy your everyday job. I think that's key to everything. So that was a very interesting story of telling us you went for IT first because you thought that has a great future, but finally you came back to where your passion really lies. So you made an academic career and then thinking about the transition, was that somehow frightening to you to leave academia? Was it kind of because you knew what it's like to work at university? You might not have known what it's like to go into industry. Was that frightening to you, or did you just have you been so curious you just wanted to know how is it like?
Dirk, you know, again, my nature and my character. When I feel comfortable in my position, in what am I doing, I need some challenge and I need something to kick me out of my comfort zone. And it was at the end of the PhD. I needed something which would challenge me a little bit. Hence, the transition was the perfect way to do that. Obviously, there were some days, you know, I was thinking about, oh my gosh, what a decision. Why did I do that? I was in a very, very nice area. I had a very easy life. I knew everything. I made my decision. I could run and do everything on my own. Now I rely on multiple people, multiple functions where I have basically no idea. But it was good. It was good to challenge me and I learned a lot. They were very nice people. It was different. What I really joined was because I struggled during my PhD and my master, you know, choosing the right products. I struggled with the lead time, the service we receive from multiple companies serving us with the products. I was thinking that Fisher Scientific would be the right one because now I can help my former colleagues to get the right products, to get the things on time. I can give them some advice, what they can choose and how I can help them to make their life easier. And I can really help them accelerate what they are doing and bring innovation, new technologies in the market. And that was a kind of a satisfaction at the end of the day.
Very, very nice. And you referred already to the interview situation. That was very nice as well, because we are talking here also about how to present yourself in an interview situation, how to get recruited. And so the situation was at the time like that I was working for the same company that you are currently working with. And I was tasked with setting up a life science specialist sales force in Central Europe. And Austria was part of that, or is part of that, obviously. And yeah, we decided to meet on the airport in Zurich, in Switzerland. And you flew into that airport. We set up the interview, I think, in the cafeteria or restaurant there. And there was not too much time. And it was amazing. I can really tell you, you made an excellent impression because you have been confident, you have been passionate, as you just have shown right now already in this interview here again. And that made clear that you are passionate about really combining what you just said, the academic experience on the one hand, but also really going into business. And you have shown already at the time that you have really a very good business acumen and are very much interested in that. I don't know where that came from. Did that come back already from the family, perhaps, how you have been raised, that you were interested in economic topics, or how did that come about? Because not everybody in academia knows about that, how to combine the two things, science and business. You seem to be a natural if it comes to that.
I don't know, Dick, maybe it's because of my origin. You know, in the bazaar in Iran, you have to kind of negotiate and do some of the sales task and these type of things. Yeah, I don't believe that you go in a shop and you do not negotiate, even though you go and buy, like a fruit or something else. Oh no, this is 10 euros. No, I will pay you 8 euros. And if you give me this on top of that, so I pay you 2 euros more. And I think this was in my blood. And maybe we come back to genetic and molecular biology. My grandfather, the father of my father, he was I never met him, so he passed away before my time. But they told me he was a very, very successful businessman in one of the biggest cities in Iran, which is called Isfahan. I think it's known to many people.
Absolutely.
And part of, exchanging monies. And he was, he done business with the carpet, Iranian carpet.
Yes.
Maybe there are some genes I inherited from him or somewhere. So maybe that comes from there.
That came across very well in our interview situation already. And this is also a very nice general advice that I could also give based on my own experience. When I transitioned from academia into management, I was told it's best to really start in sales. So I did the same thing. I started in sales as you did. And from then on, really all the doors open up pretty quickly. So that could be a general advice for everybody. To really start in sales, because that's where you learn to negotiate. That's where you learn to consult people about their applications, about their needs. And that's what you did perfectly well in your position there. You really developed the Austrian market. And you went on from there through various other positions until where you are today as a senior portfolio manager. So could you tell us a little bit about what you have to do today? What is a day in your life looking like today?
So let me tell you a little bit of my stories at the Fisher Scientific, where I have started and where I am today. So, again, so 16 years with the sales organization. This is the biggest part of my experience at Fisher Scientific. And I was very lucky to change my roles and improve my positions further and further. They gave me really nice opportunities to do that. But I have to tell, and this is, I think, very important for the audience and the special the girls, the ladies outside there to listen. I think you need to be convinced about the thing what you are doing. You need to be happy, feel good. Otherwise, there is something wrong, and you don't you shouldn't be shy uh, to tell yourself, so this is not the thing I'm really happy with. So when I start the day, I smile. I know it's lots of pressure, it's lots of stress during the day. There are many things you are responsible, you have to deliver. Sometimes you have not even time for lunch. But if I start the day, I'm happy. And this is what happens to me like 16 years. And then when I stop the day, I think I've done something very good and I enjoyed it. So I am right in this position. And this is what I would like really to give as advice. I'm already 50 years old. So, and I think old enough to give some advice. And at Fisher Scientific, so I had multiple positions, account manager, life science specialist. Then I moved to European position. We call it IDR. This is more or less key account manager, European key account manager, industry directors, and so on. And the most excited part was I was responsible for multiple contract implementation projects in Europe. And I was honored to lead multiple teams across European countries. So meaning working with different cultures, mentality, different functions. So, and I had to combine and connect all these people with each other. So, and creating an environment where they feel very well. They see the project as a focus for all of us, and also understanding each other's ownership and responsibilities. And I was trying to position the success as a team success rather than individual success, so that we could enjoy really the result as a team. And that worked very well. I enjoyed, and all the team members enjoyed, and we were very, very successful. We executed multiple contract implementation. So then I have started to learn working with the other functions. And that brought me to the position today, because I was thinking, okay, 16 years in the sales organization is a long time. I enjoyed it a lot. I love customers, to talk to them. I love to negotiate a contract and all the things. But now, again, I come back to the comments I made it earlier. So I felt very confident and very comfortable in my position. I thought, okay, Pooneh, it's time to be kicked out of your comfort zone. You need some challenge. You need something to push you further. And I applied for a completely different position, which is portfolio. So don't speak to customers. I have to speak to suppliers, managing the portfolio. And now I am responsible to be the contact person for our internal salespeople, and I get challenged from there. So I was thinking about, okay, so the sales experience is a really good combination with portfolio. I can really utilize my expertise to have a sustained and great portfolio, helping our customers and sales organization to really make the difference. And on the other side, I really enjoy to work with the other functions such as supply chain, marketing, sourcing, finance, and all others. And that was the reason I moved from sales to the portfolio management. And today I am leading the safety portfolio for EMEA. So very much in contact with the COVID situation, obviously. So we have to support the customer returning back to work, protecting the people, and also really supporting some of the big pharma customers to making the production of the vaccine and all other stuffs happen. And they need very special demand and special treatment. So this is why we are here and really making sure that we have a comprehensive portfolio supporting their business and also driving the growth in Europe.
Very, very good, Pooneh. And I can imagine that some of our listeners or viewers would think now she learned molecular genetics and molecular biology and immunology. All this knowledge that she accumulated, is that really lost? Because when they are in university right now, they are learning these things, and now they see both of us in management positions. Was that really helpful? And I think it does, because I sense this from you as well, that your scientific approach and scientific thinking still helps you today. Is that also what you would agree with?
Absolutely, Dirk, because you can put yourself in the shoes of the customers. You can imagine how important here and there the product, the lead time, the service level is, and this is, and when they are speaking about different demands, we can definitely help them to do it even more efficient, as because we understand how the techniques and the work is working. And that helped me during my career very much, because when I spoke to the customers and they told me, and I was always very much interested to learn about the all the experiments they do and all the methodics and the techniques they have used. And obviously you run a different conversation. They understand that you are helping them to do it even better, and it's not only about selling the products, it's really selling a solution, helping them to drive the changes, accelerate what they are doing, and really do the work in a more efficient way.
Yeah, and you speak their language, so they feel comfortable knowing that you understand what they are doing there and what they have to achieve. You also understand the time pressure that they are in as scientists, because you have been in the same position beforehand. I think that helps as well, and as well as organizing. I think as a scientist, you have to organize your data very well, and that helps, I think, also in a management position like you have today, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you can negotiate better when they speak about, oh, this product or this antibody or this plate or this instrument is too expensive. Then you can really explain and justify in a really professional way to tell them, yes, obviously the instrumentation is more expensive compared to your current one. However, if you look into the total picture at the end of the story, at the end of the day, you would save money because you spend less time, you would be more efficient, and you have the nice results, so which helps you to do your publication and all other things. So you can convince and introduce much better compare when you don't have basically no idea what they are doing.
Very, very good. So I think really the summary of that talk really is you have to be passionate, you have to have joy in your job, and then you are becoming successful more or less automatically with a lot of hard work, of course, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears probably as well. But when you are passionate, it drives you through obstacles and makes you successful. Coming back, how you present yourself when you are going from academia into industry, is there any pearl of wisdom that you could give others of our listeners how to enter such an interview that we have been into? What did you do to prepare yourself? Is there some recommendation that you would give to be successful in this kind of interview situation for your first job in the industry?
So I think the first and most important piece for me is being very authentic. So not playing a role. This is for me very important, to be myself. And this is how I am. Either you like it or you don't like it. This is how it is. And the other piece is, and this is what I think every time when I apply for a new position, I just go back and think about what are the expertise I have, what are the capabilities and the experience I have, what can I do very well, where do I need to improve my knowledge, my know-how. And then the combination of that helped me to really be looking into the total picture in a fair way to say, okay, am I eligible for this position? Yes or no? And then based on that, I can run the conversation. How can I convince the interviewer? So saying, okay, I can do this and that. Maybe I'm not that good in that area, but this should be the way I need to improve myself. And this is why I'm applying for that. And the advice for the audience would be, we as a women, we are the heroes. We are doing multiple things at the same time. We are mothers, housewives, we are scientists, we are working, we are doing a career and many, many things. And we do all of them very well. And sometimes we need to sit back and look back and say, oh, I'm doing a really good job. I'm not maybe perfect in all this, what am I doing, but I can manage multiple things at the same time. We are very much multiple tasking. I think it's important how we are positioning ourselves. We should be very strong and very powerful, and really highlight and demonstrate what we can do very well and what we need to learn. It should be part of the, let's say, development and opportunity to improve our position. That would be my advice.
Very nicely said. And what you just mentioned, being a mother and a scientist and all of that at once and be multitasking, I think that really knowing that you can do that successfully really makes it possible also to go through stressful times successfully and being resilient, and these things which we need more than today, more than ever, probably, specifically in this current time. So thank you so much, Pooneh. That was a very great conversation that we had. And please follow us. You will find us on Instagram as women_in_science, or on the web as www.womenin.science. We had a pleasure talking to you here, Pooneh. And yeah, let's keep in touch. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. And it was great being here. It was fantastic to see you again. Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.